Hey guys, thanks for coming back for this week's episode of Super Informer. I'm Kama Cassie, and here's your news on the supers. Pretty much this episode, I just have movies to talk about with you guys. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna do this first one upside down because we're talking about Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do it regular ways. Yeah, blood rush in my head, not a good idea. So basically, this is gonna be my recap and review of The Amazing Spider-Man. I know I'm a little bit late because it came out a while ago. It's out on DVD and everything already, but I just recently saw it and I thought it was amazing. That's my opinion, but just so everyone knows, if you haven't seen it, beware. Spoilers. Now, you guys are either gonna love me or hate me for this, but then again, this is my opinion. You all have your own opinion, and I respect that. And if you prefer the first Spider-Man over this one, please leave a comment and let me know. I'd like to hear your story and I'd like to hear your opinion about this feud between the two Spider-Man movies. Now, I've got nothing against Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, or anyone that was involved in the first Spider-Man movie. It's the first Spider-Man movie. It was good. It was really good for what it was, and considering that it was the only Spider-Man movie out there, it was really good. And even there's some people that even didn't want to see The Amazing Spider-Man because they were so used to the Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, and Spider-Man that they weren't sure how this one was gonna be. But this one was just as good, but had a different appeal to it. I really enjoyed The Amazing Spider-Man. Let's talk about Peter Parker for a second. Tobey Maguire played a Peter Parker that was a nerd, a dork, didn't really have many friends. He was picked on, running after school buses, and the only time when, people wasn't picking on him is when the pretty girl would step in and stop them, which we understood. We could see that part of Peter Parker. But then you have the Andrew Garfield Peter Parker. It also shows him being more jokey. He seems more of a teenager. He seems more of a normal teenager. Brilliant but lazy. So brilliant but lazy that you don't even see it until later on in the movie. I really liked how they showed more of the aspect of him being into photography, which would key into the later on with the pictures. I don't think they developed enough of the background story of Peter Parker like they did in The Amazing Spider-Man. I really like the fact that in The Amazing Spider-Man, they didn't kill his parents, which also leads to more suspense and mystery. And then, who's this guy? Who's this random guy at the end? It's honestly not a surprise to me that they called it The Untold Story of Spider-Man. Now, it seems like I've been talking about a lot of reboots lately. It really leads to a great conversation, doesn't it? I'm sure months ago you guys heard about Michael Bay producing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot. And he was saying that instead of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they were going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Aliens? Michael Bay was hounded and given tons of criticism for one that's completely changing the entire storyline. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna believe Mutant Ninja Turtles before I believe Ninja Aliens. Honestly, what kind of alien is gonna come down and be like, oh my god, bro, look, it's New York City and it's like under attack, so we should like save it, because we're aliens and we have that kind of power. What kind of alien is gonna act like that? Honestly. There were even rumors about a fifth Ninja Turtle being added to the group called Kirby. But good news. He just recently announced that he will be sticking to the authentic story. They're asking the fans to take a break and chill. It turns out that they're actually working with one of the original creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to create a more complex and compelling backstory to this new movie. He does claim, however, that last March when he had mentioned it, he said that it was the ooze that turned them into mutants that was actually going to be from Alien. And he said that that was a big mistake and it took him a little over a year to correct himself. Yeah, cool story, bro. Tell me again. And last but certainly not least, guess which awesome movie landed the top of the box office in the last 3 weeks? If you guessed Iron Man, you were right. Iron Man made a total of, what was the number again? It's a really big number. $984 million worldwide. Might not sound like such a big deal, but it is. And because this movie was so great, fans are already wondering, will there be an Iron Man 4? Honestly, Marvel isn't working on it right now because they're focusing on the Avengers 2, but just because they're not focusing on another Iron Man movie doesn't mean it's not coming. So far it seems that Iron Man is going to be a really big part of the Avengers 2, so who knows, maybe the ending of Avengers 2 will foretell the storyline for the next Iron Man movie. So that's all I have for you on this week's episode of Super Informer. Likes and comments are super appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We put out videos every Friday. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below or just tweet me on my Twitter page. I'm Comic Cassie. I make super cool videos on YouTube. I got a pretty awesome shirt, and occasionally I save the world. One news story at a time. Stay awesome, Gotham.
Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.